everyone, Tiniestofchibis here, and we're back with Cold Realize. We are continuing on with this romance game that I do adore. And I adore it because it's got all the freaking hallmarks of the things that I love. It's steampunky. I love steampunky. Have I told you I love steampunk? Because I adore steampunk. It's got that Victorian era shit that I like. Well, so it's like the Victorian steampunk era outfits are really nice. Very pretty. I'm eating pizza from my favorite pizza place. Make sure I don't choke myself while eating. Anyway, the meal served in the dinner hall have a very delicate flavor, which was certainly unexpected considering Impy cooked it. Victor, Impy, and Lupin. It seems so long since I last had a meal with a group of this large. It helps me remember that eating with others can be fun. We all told each other about ourselves as we ate. Lupin is trying to find my father in order to prevent a large-scale terrorist attack. Impy is working alongside Lupin because he wants to go to the moon. Though it's hard to tell if he's serious about that or just joking. He's serious about it, though. And Victor says he will search for a way to cure me in exchange for helping him stay in here in hiding. I'm with Lupin. I'm looking for Isaac, my father. There are so many things I need to ask him. Why is there a hologram in my chest? I'm just gonna call it hologram just because I don't fucking want to deal with it, okay? Why did I wake up alone? What did Father want me to do? There's so much I don't know. And one more thing. I want to rid my body of this poison. I want to live as a person, not a monster. Father must hold the clues to make this happen. After we finished our meal, Lupin says he has prepared a room for me and will take me to it. Since we have so many rooms, you're free to use any one you want. The owner of this mansion is a tad strange. He doesn't hire any help. Sometimes he makes us clean, but he does it himself. It's not that he's cheap, but it's more like a hobby to him. Of course, he can't cover every room in this place. That's why we can't use all the rooms. What are the rest of them used for? Mostly storage. He collects antique art. This place is full of stuff like that. Ah, here we are. We entered the room. It's very soothing. The moonlight shines in through the windows. What's this faint scent? It's very calming. The room seems like a perfect place to relax. Lupin pushes a switch on the wall and the room lights up at once. What's that? These are gas lamps, like in the streets. They light up with a single switch. Most mansions in London are equipped with these. Wow. It's like magic. Oh, the bed. I've changed the sheets, so have at. Oh wait, how did you sleep before? The bed in the mansion had special seats so my poison wouldn't destroy them. They were special, just like my clothes. So this bed would melt, obviously? My hair doesn't cause melting, so it will be fine if I sleep on my back. I see, but if you turn over, it'll be a catastrophe. Let's ask Victor tomorrow if there's anything he can do about it. Until then, let's do your best, I suppose. Alright, I'll try not to move. Lupin and I nod to each other. I spotted a large trunk in the corner. Lupin, what's that? Oh, that's my travel case. This was originally my room. It's a very cute trunk. Do you think so? Well, then it's yours. Are you sure? Do whatever you like with it. I'm sure you'll gather some belongings while you stay here, whether you mean to or not. Suddenly the trunk moves. It shudders again. We look at each other. Is there something in there? I was sure I emptied it. Let me take a look. Lupin reaches out to the trunk and cautiously opens it. Suddenly, a dog leaps out from within. I love how this little corgi looks. This little steampunky doggy. It's a steampunk dog. It's a steampunk doggy. But it's still concerning that we find it in the chest with no holes. You know? It's very concerning. Sorry, responding to friend. I don't want to leave her hanging. At least not via text message shenanigans, you know? At least I guess you gotta respond to her, like, RP wise. And shit. But I'll worry about that later. I really should play a game that doesn't require me to talk. Because then we have to pause every time I want to eat something or drink something. And I just can't let something run by. It's like a dog leaps out from within. Oh my! Huh? Did you fall asleep in there and the lid falls shut on you, you dopey animal? The small dog looks up at me with beautiful round eyes. What is this feeling I have? It approaches my leg. No, don't. I try to back away, but I'm too slow. The dog brushes against my leg. My heart begins to beat faster at its fluffy, warm touch. But Lupin, get this dog away from me. I don't want anything to happen to it. If you're careful, you'll be fine. And this is great. It was starting to be a handful since it didn't like any of us. Really? You rescued it, but it won't eat anything. It seems to like you for some reason. Why don't you take care of it? The dog barks at me in a friendly way. Then, finally, I notice something out of the ordinary. The dog's left foreleg is mechanical and hisses with steam every time it moves. Oh, that leg? I guess some heartless people did that to it. Impy found it wounded. He got upset and teary-eyed about it, and I managed to save it somehow. I'm sure he'll be pleased if he took care of it. I see. I gingerly pick the dog up. It'll be fine if I don't directly touch its skin. The dog stares at me as if seeing through me. Wow, it's being so calm. Ha! Impy's going to be so jealous. He didn't like him much at all. He was so adamant that all his love was just a one-way street. What's his name? Its name is Cece. Impy named it. Apparently, he named it after the Princess Elizabeth of Austria, famed for her beauty. Maybe I should have named my starter Cece. But, you know, what a womanizer is. Cece. What a wonderful name. And her face is so cute too. Yeah, it's too bad he's a boy though. I looked back in surprise at Lupin and he laughed heartily. After Lupin leaves, I don't feel sleepy at all. Even after I lie on the bed. Cece is curled up at my feet, and I can feel his weight on the mattress. I feel like I've lived more in the past day than in the previous 2 years. The armed man who made it my home, Lupin's shadow in the moonlight, meeting Impy, who I'm still not sure of, seeing London for the first time, the encounter with the very kind Victor, everything that happened on the road between Wales and London. Just by closing my eyes, I can make so many new memories spin about in my head. And then my nervousness about not being able to move on the bed is pushing sleep further away. I hope to get sleep before sunrise. As I lay there thinking this, Cece raises his head and perks up his ears. Cece? Cece growls in response. He jumps down and dashes over to the door. It seems something is going on. Cece? I nervously approach the door. Do you want to go outside? I quietly open the door. Oh! Cece quickly pushes through the gap and disappears into the darkness of the house. The hall is unlit. The moonlight comes in through the window, casts shadows. The silence of the night somehow reminds me of the mansion I used to live in. Cece, how are you? I started walking down the hall. I see a huge shape turn the corner at the far end of the hallway. It looks like a person in armor? Could that be the owner of this mansion? Lupin did say that he was something of an erratic character. I quickened my pace to approach the corner and introduce myself, but... Huh? I turn the corner, but the huge shape is nowhere to be seen. Was I just seeing things? I looked around and noticed an open door in the rows along the wall. Perhaps he went in there? I quietly approached, then entered. It's a huge room. It's furnished like the room I'm staying in. Could someone be staying here as well? There are so many books. Bookcases line the walls, packed with countless books. In a way, they remind me of Father's bookshelves, and I quickly feel a connection with this room. I look around, scanning the room, but there is no one here. More importantly, Cece isn't here either. Where could he have gone? I turn back to the door, thinking that I should continue looking elsewhere when... Good evening, beautiful lady. What are you doing up so late at night? I suddenly hear a voice from behind me. I'm not going to lie right now. He was, this character right here is my least favorite character out of all of them. You know, I mean, Impy had bothered me at the beginning, but I still liked him better than this character. I do not care for him. I still don't. Even with his story, even though I went through his story route too, I know, like, I still did not like him at all. So it's kind of like, I just... Like, I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. You know? I think my sister... I think my sister liked him at the end of her story route. But I can't really remember because it's been a long time. I think the last recording for this game was 2019. So it's been years. It's been like 3 years. If I can do math right. Though, by the time this will go up. Because that's a recording in 3 years. But since this will be going out in February, at least that's when I want it to come out, it'll be 4 years. But yeah. I spin around in surprise and see someone who appeared out of nowhere by the window. Oh, I do like his, like, that watch clock shenanigans. It is very eccentric. A calm androgynous seeming figure. I cannot fucking pronounce words. The moonlight gives his skin a blush. Blush? No, because it's not blush, because blush is... There's no I in blush. Bluish. Ah! Ha! The moonlight gives his skin a bluish glow and gleams off his eyes. The ones that are clues. With the city lights sparkling outside behind him, he looks very beautiful. Who are you? And how did you... Oh, did I startle you? I apologize. I do seem to go unnoticed at times. You must be the newest tenant Lupin told me all about you. My name is Saint Germania. Germania? I am honored by the title... I am honored by the title of Count in France. However, for the moment, I have the whimsical position as master of this estate. I warmly welcome you, Miss Ellie. He smiles warmly. So this is the owner of this mansion. You need not address me as Count, though. Just call me Saint Germain. Do you say we're from France? He seems to find the question funny. Ah, yes. That is where I am currently from. Currently? What is that supposed to mean? It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Ellie. Your arrival has been tugging at the threads of fate for a long time. What? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Aha. I'm terribly sorry to have confused you. In any case, I welcome you to my home. Let us enjoy our time together. He smiles. Perhaps it's the moonlight or the light from the city. I don't know why, but even though his smile seems welcoming and friendly, I feel a bottomless coldness. It's almost like he's looking at It's almost like looking at a smile on a painting, not on a real person. By the way, Miss Ellie, were you looking for something? What is the matter? I was looking for Cece. Cece? Ah, the cute little dog. Lupin did tell me that the animal seemed to have warmed up to you. Are you going to be taking care of him? I'd like to try to do what I can. Aha, I see. I'm sure Impy will be jealous. But Cece's whereabouts are unfortunately a mystery to me as well. I see. Maybe that shadow I saw has something to do with it. You saw a shadow? I saw something in the hallway earlier. It looked like someone in armor. Armor? I have no tenant in my mansion like that. And if one were to dress like that, I would think it would make a lot of noise. I haven't seen anyone like that. I suppose I was simply seeing things. Can't be too cautious. I'm going to look around for a bit. Thank you for informing me of this. I believe I know, like, okay, I think if you go down Saint Germain's route, I think you would know more a little about that shenanigans. But his thing is also rough too. Like his route is kind of rough. Not like rough as in his bad, but rough as in his backstory is a bit, you know, rough. Right. Kind of like how Impy's got a rough back life. But, yeah. And it kind of like Saint Germain freaking creeps me the fuck out. Especially when you go down his route. If I'm remembering correctly, it was there were a couple of scenes where I was just like concerned. I mean, dude, you know what I'm saying? Just like kind of made me want to take a step back and be like, I don't like this no more. Turn to leave, I speak up. Thank you for allowing me to stay here. I hope we get along. Saint Germain turns back to me. It is my pleasure. I'm sure we will be experiencing many things together from this point on. We'll have a busy day tomorrow. Try to get some rest tonight. I wish you a peaceful sleep and good dreams. Though I do have to admit, though, he isn't a bad guy, just an unsettling one. Because, you know, well, I don't want to go too spoily. But yeah. Even after Saint Germain leaves, I stay in the room and watch the city lights through the window. Maybe the air of mystery that he left behind has affected me. When I return to the bedroom, Cece is on the bed breathing softly and asleep. You came back. I sighed and lay down on the bed. Fatigue began to set in, and I felt sleep beginning to overtake me. As I'm drifting away, I look out at the moon floating outside the window. What will tomorrow bring? It will likely be filled with things that I can't possibly imagine right now. I look back on everything that happened today and I feel my world rapidly expanding. My sleep is comfortable and deep.